What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 8 of the Hella Average Gamescast. I'm your co-host Cam, and alongside me today I've got Carmen. What's going on, buddy?
Not much, man. Hanging out, trying to get it done, trying to get through this week, trying to get through some of this news.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of news this week, too. Yeah, but we got Jeremy to help us go through it today. What's up, buddy?
Man, just trying to survive the work week.
It's been a tough one for me. I don't know about y'all.
It's been crazy.
Carmen, what you been playing lately?
Well, I just picked up NBA Playgrounds. That was the latest and greatest that I've picked up since the Destiny 2 beta, and you spanked me in the game that we played, and we're learning that these games aren't as easy as they used to be.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, NBA Playgrounds is kind of a new take, really similar to the old NBA Jam games. You know, your current players, and you get some, old school players. And it's 2-on-2, cartoon style, big head, and you're dunking, and you get, power-ups and stuff. It's a really cool game.
Yeah, it really reminds me of NBA Street.
Yeah, absolutely. Really cool game. And, I got a little bit better than Carmen. I like to dunk on him, and he cries a little bit, but,
just a wee little bit. Just a little bit.
Jeremy, what about you? You play anything new or good?
Nothing new. Haven't had too much time to play. I did start getting back into Kingdom Hearts 2 again, though.
Okay. How's that going?
Yeah. Doing good. I think I'm almost done. I just have to do a couple side missions, and it's off to the last couple stages.
So you've already beat 1?
No, I did. I just skipped straight to 2. I played 1 back on the PS3 not too long ago.
That's probably not a bad idea. There's a bunch of ways to play Kingdom Hearts nowadays.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So that's been all you've been working with lately?
Pretty much, yeah.
No more Crash?
I haven't gotten back to it. I did download the free DLC Stormy Ascent.
They already brought DLC to it?
It's one level, it's free, and apparently it is hard as balls.
Really?
Yes. Like, there's no fucking around with this.
I didn't even hear about it.
I didn't either. It just popped up.
Carmen, did you play it?
It was free.
I haven't played it yet. I saw that it came out, that there was an unreleased level, but I haven't turned my PS4 on today, so I'll probably download that when we finish and see what it's all about.
Huh, okay. Alright. So I played NBA Playgrounds. We downloaded at the same time. That is a fun game. There's definitely a learning curve. So historically with the basketball games like that, you kind of got to, hold the shoot button and you release it at the top of the shot or the arc. Well, this one's a lot different. The timing's way different. You got a meter underneath it. You got to make sure you hit just in time. And this meter is ruthless. Like, you get no play in it. You hit it in the green or you get nothing.
Shit, you hit it in the green and sometimes you still don't make the shot.
Yeah. So this is not like the old school game. I mean, it's tough and there's a learning curve, but it's fun. So when you get it, you have to unlock the online play mode. You got to go through a tournament mode and you got to win an exhibition game. And it took me and Carmen like, an hour and a half, an hour to unlock the online?
Yeah, it took us right up to when we were about to go to bed. Like, we were falling asleep playing this game.
Yeah, but other than that, I think that's stupid. They should just have all the features unlocked at this point, but other than that...
I agree. I don't like unlocking features like that.
But other than that, nothing really new. I know the Destiny beta we were playing a lot of, and I played it all the way up to the end of it on Tuesday. Actually, the beta starts on PC tomorrow for early access.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, the PC beta starts the 28th.
I thought it started on August 28th.
Is it August 28th? I thought it was July 28th.
The game doesn't come out until... It comes out late for them. It comes out in October, doesn't it?
Oh, I'm not sure. I thought it was July 28th.
I mean, you might be right. I'm not sure. But I thought that their beta was delayed well beyond.
Wow. I'm not sure.
I mean, you got to think that they're using an older version of the game anyways. Like, the game that we played is at least a month or a month and a half old.
Okay.
Early access, August 28th. Open beta, August 29th. Beta ends August 31st.
Okay, so that makes August, So, the game comes out on consoles September 6th.
Yeah, so the PC will be in beta right before the game drops, and then I'm not sure what the release date is, and they just released the specs for PC, so for you PC gamers, go check that out and make sure your system's up to par.
Yeah, if I read it, it'd be a whole bunch of gibberish, because I don't really know what it means. So what's been going on in the news? Y'all check out anything?
There's been a lot of fuck-ups
yeah,
from a lot of different people.
A lot of fuck-ups. The big one would be the SNES pre-order from Walmart. A lot of people got excited. Did either one of y'all try to order it at Walmart?
Not me.
When I tried, it was already, it was done. It was out of stock.
Yeah, I wanted to, but once again,
It was over in like, I don't know, 30 minutes. It was like they had product and it was gone. But the shitty part about it was a glitch. It wasn't even supposed to be up yet. It went live on a glitch. So now they're sending out cancellation. Sorry, but we canceled it. It's not really supposed to be up. What kind of shit is that?
That's a bunch of bullshit, if you ask me.
I got mixed feelings on that because on the one hand, yeah, it is bullshit. But on the other hand, I kind of want to see the face of the scalpers who were able to pre-order like 10 of those things, and now they're just fucked.
They're sitting in their mom's basement somewhere, just like, fuck.
Oh, now I have to go scalp them somewhere else. Shit.
Hey, if I see them come up, I'm just going to go ahead and scoop up 3 or 4 of them anyways.
Yeah, because if that works, I'll pay you for them too. At least get 3. I know Jeremy will give you some money too for it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing it for the scalping. I'm doing it for the sake of getting them for people.
I mean, it's really shitty. So with all the mountain of bullshit that comes along with Nintendo, they have a botched pre-release to start out the pre-orders.
Well, that wasn't Nintendo. That was Walmart's.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying, including the shit that Nintendo's going to put you through, you already get put through another line of bullshit from Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. You would think
that doesn't
that
surprise you.
Yeah, I do not buy that we're not going to have an exact same scenario we had last year with the NES Classic. There's just no way in hell.
This is going to be more popular. More people in our age group have played Super Nintendo.
I agree, 100%.
Absolutely. And like it's really crazy because I just saw, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, that they Thank Geek was selling them again with bundles. So you had to buy a bunch of shit you didn't want just to get an NES for $140, NES Classic.
And they were already gone as soon as I heard about it.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Thank Geek's owned by GameStop.
They are?
So that sounds like some shit that GameStop would do, just hoard a bunch of them and sell them later on down the line.
Yup, for a ridiculous price, $140 for like a Kirby puzzle and fucking NES Classic. Like, please, shove that up your ass. Like, no one wants that junk. Just sell me the console.
Yeah, nobody wants to pay for a whole bunch of shit they don't want just to get this console.
You don't want all these trinkets, dog?
I don't know, though. I'd actually still rather do that than pay scalpers a fucking extra dime.
Jeremy, we know that you hate scalpers with a passion.
Oh, yes.
But no, it's like I said, it's a botch on top of all the shit you're going to get put through with Nintendo anyway. The other big fuck up was, who still plays Pokemon Go, first off? I played it for a month, maybe 2.
I played it until I got caught cheating.
Yeah, you cheated. You got thrown off. Jeremy, I don't think you ever even downloaded it on your phone, did you?
I never downloaded it. Pokemon's just not my thing. Hasn't been since the first gen.
Well, they had a huge, quote-unquote huge event. Was it in Chicago, I think?
Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah.
And it was all, first off, this game is a cellular game. So cellular networks are botchy half the time in groups like that regardless. And this con or this group or this event just went to shit. I mean, they were supposed to talk about their new legendary Pokemon. It was a flop. People were leaving. People didn't show up. Now, Niantic, I think it's Niantic who's having to pay, give refunds. They're having to compensate all these people because it was just a flop. People paid a good money to go to this, and it was terrible.
As I was saying, I really think it speaks volumes. That how long has this game been out? Over a year now?
No, was it? I don't think.
Yeah, it's been out for more than a year, I think.
Okay.
Out for over a year, and they still can't get their shit right. I mean, come on.
And you know what's wild is they drop a user base, like drop users. They drop more users than some games have user bases. Like some of these really good indie games don't even have the user base that Pokemon Go users are dropping out of. Does that make sense? If they lose 2 million people in a week, some games don't even have that user base. This game is huge.
Was huge.
Well, was huge. And for them to mess up an event this big, oh man, that's a huge stain on their record.
Yeah, I haven't seen a player base drop off this big since No Man's Sky.
Which I think No Man's Sky was the biggest flop of 2016.
I mean, there's no man left.
Yeah.
You're right. And no, they're still updating it, but it's too little too late at that point. I think that's what's going to happen here. Yeah, they're releasing, it's a big deal they're releasing the Legendaries finally. But these Legendaries should have been in the game. The original 3 should have been in the game at launch.
Yeah, that's too easy. Like, just do it. Put the whole Pokedex in there from 1 to 151. Easy
Yeah, they
peasy.
should have. And then you should go to Gen 2 and Gen 3 and so on. But no, they just held back. And within a week, all you heard on the news was people dying, dead bodies found. Pokemon Go this, Pokemon Go that. And it got bad press from the get-go. And now it's just amassing even more bad press from bad... I think this is the first Pokemon Go event of note ever.
Correct.
So that's not a good start for your event. So it'll probably never happen again.
Oh, definitely not.
No, it will happen again. They'll do it again.
You think so after this?
Yeah, it's a money-making scheme at this point. You get all these people to show up and buy all these in-game items and buy all these extra balls and all these berries and all these things that help you catch these Pokemon that give you more power. And so they're going to release like the legendary dogs. So you'll do that. There'll be an event around that. They won't just do what they did this time.
But don't you think they've lost the trust of the community at this point?
I would say they have, but these people are diehard fans. I mean, if you played Pokemon Red or Blue, you've played Pokemon Gold and Silver, you've basically played every Pokemon game at that point.
Yeah, but how many diehard fans are actually left that are still going to do this, even after this huge fuck up? I still don't think there's going to be enough people left to go for it.
You got to
Okay,
think,
so
we've touched on it before that you can burn your user base and they'll keep coming back. But there's always going to be a group of diehard players. There's going to be people who play this game until they stop supporting this game. As a matter of fact, Niantic based this game on an older mobile game they had. Same concept. You got a bunch of people in a certain area to mine a resource, I think. It was a GPS caching game. And people still play that game. So you'll have a solid base, or at least a base, that will play this game until it's not supported anymore.
I agree on that, but the thing is, are they going to have enough of a base to warrant the cost of doing more of these?
Maybe.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. It is Pokemon.
It's
Yeah,
just
but it's not
popular, so you
Nintendo.
don't do it in Chicago this time. So you branch away from Chicago. You go to San Francisco and you do an event.
See, I can guarantee you, if this game was made by Nintendo, it would have worked.
Well,
It's
so,
just endorsed by Nintendo, I guess.
yeah, it's Nintendo's IP. It's Niantic made the game. They used their resources to make the game. But if they were smart, like they have the money, they should have went to AT&T, they should have went to Verizon and Sprint and all these major carriers and said, "Look, set me up some hotspots here so we don't, our cellular coverage doesn't drop." They had the money to make this a success. They botched it. Nobody else but them.
Yeah, they could have just wrote a check and said, "Hey, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, open up your channels in this 3-mile radius for this amount of time. Give me a price and we'll pay it. Because we're going to get the money if the event is good. Because you're going to run out of stuff to heal your Pokemon. And what do you got to do then if you want to go try to get Articuno or you want to try to get Zapdos or whoever was in the game? I don't even know. You're going to pay if you're there.
Absolutely.
I had a woman approach me when I was at DreamHack and said, "You guys play Pokemon Go?" And I was like, "No, I got banned." She was like, "Oh, well, we're about to go try to go catch Articuno or whoever it was." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Y'all have fun."
And I might be biased because I get burnt out on mobile games in a heartbeat. This game, while it's still got a big user base, it's just not for me. I know a lot of people left this game. So, those who still play it, more power to them. But, man, I just couldn't stay into it.
See, this is why I only actually buy games on my phone that are actual full-fledged games and not just, I guess what you call these flash-in-the-pan games that are just designed to take your money.
Yeah, I mean, you saw what happened with Mario Run.
And that was actually more of a game, but yeah, again, it's just more of these endless level runners and pay for gold coins and stuff. If they had somehow just made an actual full Mario game on the phone for $10, I would have downloaded it.
Well, I don't think we're going to get any new Mario games on the phone with all their, Nintendo still ruling the mobile space. But I get what you're saying. Give me a full-fledged game and I'll download it on the phone. I'll buy it on the phone.
I mean, they're having rumors that they're going to make a Zelda game for the mobile, but I just hope it's an actual Zelda game and not some Zelda dungeon runner simulator thing. $10 per Triforce piece.
Well, it's like, in Japan, mobile rules. I mean, mobile is king in Japan, so
That's true.
they've got a big market for it, much more than in America. And, in major cities where public transportation is a big deal, then yeah, mobile gaming is huge. But with us, for example, we drive our commute, and a lot of people around us, there's not a lot of public transportation, so we don't have a lot of time to get mobile gaming. If we have the time, we're usually sitting at home. At that point, you can just play on a console or on your PC.
Yeah, but I mean, I enjoy playing mobile games. I
Yeah,
still play games
you're
that
the
I...
one who can stay hooked on them.
Yeah, I stay hooked. Like, I'm still playing Clash Royale, and I mean, I don't spend money on these games because, like you were saying, Jeremy, these are like just flash in the pans. Like, these are clickbait games to get your money, and they suck you in with a memorable character. Because Super Mario Run was a fun game because you had to, you learn the pattern, which is basically what you do in Mario as it stands right now. You figure out the pattern in a level in the platform, and then you go. But once you got through 3 stages or whatever it was like, hey, now you got to pay $10 or you don't get to play this anymore. And it was right when the game started to pick up. And that I can't support.
Not only that, too, but these games like Super Mario Run are just like more of the same over and over again in each level. There's no real depth to them.
Oh, no, not at all. There's no depth to it in any sense. But for what it offers and, if for the challenge that it presents, then, you can have a good time with it. I can have a good time with it. I mean, I check my app store every week for a new mobile game. I'll download it. I'll play it for 10 minutes. If it hooks me, I'll keep playing it. If it doesn't, I'll uninstall it.
No, I tend to do that with my console. I don't usually do that a lot with my mobile device. I spend a lot of time on other apps and checking out articles, and that's really all I do on my phone.
And that's respectable. I mean, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody to enjoy, but to each their
that's
own.
not to say it's not a viable platform. It is.
Oh no, the platform is very viable. Everybody has their phone on them all the time.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, we've kind of weighed in. I don't think it'll happen again. They hemorrhaged money on this, basically. You think it will? I think Jeremy said no. So we'll see. I mean, maybe they will throw another event together. Hopefully a little bit more planned out if they do it. A little bit more thoughtful if they do it.
It definitely needs to be more thought out. You need to plan it a little better. You need to make your connections solid, or you need to, just set up a network out there and say, hey, look, if you're in this radius, this is where things are going to spawn. You're going to have Wi-Fi. How
At
fucking
that point,
hard is
everybody
that?
who went to that event should have got a free legendary Pokemon. I wouldn't have been happy unless I walked out there with a Lugia.
Or fucking give me a Master Ball.
No, fuck that. I want a Lugia.
Oh, you're being greedy, so fuck you.
All right. Was that enough for fuck-ups? Is that about it for the fuck-ups?
Yes.
I think
that was it for the fuck-ups this week.
They released the free games for next month on both platforms.
Let's
Oh,
get
they're
it,
good,
baby.
my
Let's
friend.
get it.
They are. Both of them are pretty high. I think they're kind of neck and neck. I want to say that Xbox might have the edge as far as all 4 of their games are kind of big in their own right. With PlayStation, I think they've got 1 or 2 big titles.
Yeah, I think there's 2 hits for PlayStation.
So without further ado, we're going to start with Xbox, guys. So you've got all month long, we'll be able to do Slime Rancher. I don't know about this game, but this game is supposedly a pretty good and well-received game, from what I've heard.
Yeah, I've never heard of it myself.
Me either.
So, I mean, it's not my niche, but I've heard it's a really good game. So people are really excited and a buzz about that. And then Trials Fusion. That's a big game. I've heard about it. Was it like a motorbike racer or racer type game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it on my PlayStation. It's one of those like you do the same shit all the time though. It's like you got to get through the level, so you got to like make sure you make your jump just right, and you got to angle your bike a certain way. It's very repetitive.
Yeah, and I think and like I said, both those 2 games I think seem to have more of a niche market than what I'm about to mention. Bayonetta is going to be on the Xbox 360 and Xbox One.
That's pretty big.
If you've
That's a
never
great
played
game.
Bayonetta, you need to play Bayonetta.
It is a damn good game, and honestly, this is the sole reason I would say Xbox has the slightly better offering.
Yeah, that was huge. When I saw that, even I was like, "Whoo!" It's
You're pulling on a few strings there. You're pulling on that nostalgia. You're putting out a solid game for free. They're doing it right.
Jeremy, you might be able to describe it a little bit better. Can you describe Bayonetta?
Basically, it's Devil May Cry with a sexy witch with bullet shoes who fights with her hair.
She's got a
What
nice
more do you
ass
need
too,
to
doesn't
know?
she?
Oh, hell yes. She got legs, and she knows how to use them.
Ooh, Poppy.
But I will say, it is hard as balls. I have never completed it.
Huh. I've played it. I've never beat it either.
Yeah, I've beaten all the Devil May Cries, and I can barely get halfway through Bayonetta. It just kicks your ass. But, man, in a good way. You come back for more. That is some S&M shit right there.
And it's a game where you're like running through, you're fucking throwing planets at people, and you're beating them with all kinds of shit, and you're fighting on airplanes, and then picking up airplanes and throwing airplanes at other airplanes to blow people up and shit like that.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, if any of that sounds good to you, you should try this game out. And then last but not least, Red Faction Armageddon. That's a backwards compatibility game too, so you can get that on 360 and the One. Now, it doesn't sound as heavy as it is, but all these games have a really big following, from what I've heard.
Well, they're all solid titles.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm obviously, you can tell we're most excited about Bayonetta, but I know Red Faction's a huge game, a huge.
What's
deal
Red
in
Faction
trials.
about?
It's a shooter by Volition, so it's basically owned by THQ Nordic.
Okay. So what Sony got to bring to the table?
So Sony, their big one this year, or this month, excuse me, is going to be Just Cause 3. This is one I missed. I'm super interested in. I think I talked to Jeremy about it a long time ago. But I'm like, in this game is basically a Far Cry on steroids. You go and you do whatever the fuck you want. Blow shit up, take over, however you want to do it. Really cool. Open world. There's an overlying story, but that, however you do things is however you choose to do it.
It's pretty cool.
It's like the lesser known brother of Far Cry, I guess I would say.
And that's on PS4?
Yeah, that's coming on PS4. And then we're also getting Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry.
It's a spin-off, right?
It's a DLC of Black Flag. A really big DLC.
Do you know if it's standalone, or do you have to have the previous game?
So in the past...
Should be standalone.
Yeah, when Sony's released DLC in the past, it's been standalone.
Okay. Because I have the game. It doesn't matter to me, but I just didn't know if, like, Kim or Carmen would be able to play it so they don't have Black Flag.
I did. I was done. I played, like, the first, 2 hours of Black Flag and never picked it up again, so...
Really? I thought you'd never tried Black Flag.
No, I had it. Remember, I think I told you I had it. Played like an hour and a half of it, then let my buddy borrow it, and then just never got it back from him.
Did you never get a chance to sail your ship?
I had not, and that's why I'm thinking about going back and playing it, especially since Skull and Bones is based on that kind of combat, and I'm super excited about Skull and Bones.
I think you would really, really like Black Flag, especially since you said you like Syndicate. I mean, this is Assassin's Creed on the high seas.
Well, for those of you who don't know, I am a fanatic for pirates in the pirate age. Everything to do with it, I soak it up. So, really excited about that. I'm just going to pick it up and play through it. It can't be that long.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not long. But I won't go into how I feel about Assassin's Creed. You already know.
Yeah, you're not the biggest fan, are you?
I will not be playing it.
I think both of y'all own a Vita. So you can get level 22 and
I do.
And Downwell. So I think Downwell's a cross-buy title. I'm not sure, and I haven't looked into them, so I don't know.
Downwell is so fun.
So go ahead and explain that, Carmen, because I think you have it, don't you?
Yeah, so Downwell is literally like you're a little sprite, and you jump down a well, and you have these boots that you shoot from. And it's, you just go through all these stages and you collect power-ups and do all kinds of stuff. And you try to get a combo. It's like a kind of combo speedrun type game. It's super fun. I bought it for when I went to Florida one trip. And then now that it's free, I'm kind of like, wow, like I bought this game and now you're giving it away. But that happens often. And then, it's super fun. It's addicting. You can just keep playing it over and over. So I've enjoyed it.
But you don't know. I mean, that sounds fun. Have you ever played level 22?
I've never heard of it. Do you know what it's about?
No, I have no idea. Jeremy, do you know?
Never heard of it in my life.
I'll download it tonight.
All right, well then.
Or when it comes out.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never played level 22, check out your favorite video game outlet news. I'm sure they will have a review or quick look or something of the like on there. And finally, on the PS3, Super Motherload and Snake Ball. Again, lesser known titles. I don't know a whole lot about either one of them.
It's about time to phase out the support for the PS3. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I was about to say.
What are we on now? Almost 10 years?
And I was about to say I can't get too upset. I haven't turned on my PS3 in probably a year.
I think the PS3 launched in 07, right?
I think so.
I don't know. I was in high school, so it was around then, 06, 07.
Yeah, 06, 07. So, I mean, they've been supporting it now for 10 plus years.
Yeah, if you go ahead and drop the PS3 support for PS Plus and just give us one more PS4 game, I'll be totally happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then as far as Vitas go, PlayStation is barely supporting it as it is. So
Yeah, it's already on its last limb. Like, thanks for the free games, but eventually that's just going to be it. And then people are going to keep submitting to the store because it's probably a little easier to develop for the Vita.
Yeah, and at some point they should keep the Vita because
Remote play?
Remote play, yeah, the remote play for it, it's huge. That's what's kept it alive this long, in my opinion.
I mean, that's how I used to play Destiny. I used to play Destiny from my Vita.
I mean, when the PS4 came out, and all of a sudden you can throw games from your TV onto your Vita, and then you can watch TV while you're playing the same game you were playing. That's huge. So at some point, I think they should keep the Vita and maybe end up bundling it in, or lowering the price.
Yeah, that would be smart. I mean, I'm glad that you just reminded me of the remote play, because I'm wondering, like, some nights, I'm not ready to go to bed, but I lay down anyways. Like, why haven't I been linking my Vita to my PS4 and unwinding that way? So, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, so that's what I'm here for. I'm here to make you a better person.
Thanks, Daddy.
I think Xbox edged them out this month.
I
Unfortunately,
think so, too. Downwell isn't enough to take the cake.
No, and Just Cause is a big, huge game, but I think that's the only one that's really pulling the weight for the rest of them.
I can say, though, that while Xbox may have won, the true winners are the gamers.
Absolutely.
You're right.
It's all about you, the fans.
It's hard to get upset about free games.
Yeah, you can't complain when it's free. I mean, Sony has historically not gave you shit, and they've been kind of stepping their game up lately. So.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of THQ, I know we mentioned THQ earlier. We know Gamescom is coming up, and that's a big deal. So we're getting a little bit of leaked stuff out of there. But THQ Nordic is going to be making a lot of noise there. And they released an article that they're going to be showing some of their normal games that they usually or that we know about. But they're also releasing a new IP, and they're reviving an old IP. And they said it's one of their old horror IPs. So there's been a lot of uproar about that.
Do you know what the new IP is?
No. I mean, this has been kept under wraps pretty well as far as I know.
I thought that you said that there was like a bit of a leak, so it's just speculation at this point.
No, so it wasn't a leak. THQ Nordic came out and said, "Here's the lineup." So I think they have 7 new games they're showing, or 7 games total, and then there's going to be one that's a new IP that nobody really knows about, and then there's going to be that they're redoing an old IP.
Okay,
it sounds like it's a horror game.
So how do you guys feel about horror games?
I love horror games.
I like them too. Here lately, they've been making a big comeback.
You like the ones that are the jumpy type, like Resident Evil, or you like just like dark themes and things like that?
Me personally, I like the Outlast type games. I want to go through a story. I want to be inside it. I want to be scared shitless, and I want some jump scares. So I want this brooding theme, and I want some jump scares.
I like both, though I think I prefer the more traditional Silent Hill, Resident Evil types. I want a little bit more action in my game, at least gameplay-wise. But I definitely don't want it to be like Resident Evil 6, where it's just, Michael Bay-esque explosions and shit everywhere. A little bit of atmosphere. I like the Outlast type games, too, but they tend to have been overrunning the market a bit too much lately.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah, and Outlast 2 was not as well received as I thought it should be.
Oh no, it was nowhere near as good as the original.
No. I'm still going to play it. I'm really excited about it. I played the fuck out of the original with the lights off and my headset on. Man, that's a scary damn game. That is a scary game.
That was probably the scariest game I've played since Dead Space 1.
You might kick me off the podcast, but I've never played any Dead Space.
Just the first two. They're good. Third one can just suck a dick.
Yeah, well, I've heard that they're really good and scary. They're like really they build it up really well.
If you could only play one, I really suggest playing the first one. It's really damn good.
I might do that. I might jump on and play at least the first one. And how does it hold up? It's a PS3 game, right?
Yeah, but it still looks pretty damn good.
Is it an exclusive or was it on?
No, it's on 360 also.
Okay. I've got the article here just in case you want it. It's on THQ Nordic's website. They've got a brand new IP. It's going to be an open world RPG set in a unique universe, and it'll be a post-apocalyptic, kung fu fable.
What the fuck?
So a kung fu RPG. That sounds pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It could be fun. Like, I've always wanted, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon type gameplay. I long for Bushido Blade, if you guys ever played that on the PS1.
Oh, yeah, I love Bushido Blade.
Yeah, Bushido Blade 1 and 2. Like, if you can incorporate Bushido Blade 2 with Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon cinematics, you can probably sell it to me, TH.
Huh. Yeah, fuck that. I just want a mutant David Carradine to teach me martial arts.
I'm picturing, like, William Shatner as a Tibetan monk teaching me how to do a roundhouse kick. I think somebody just got shot outside my apartment.
You should have took those lessons.
I should have took the lessons really fast.
Run, bitch, run!
But no, this sounds cool. So I picture you picking like one of 4 factions, and one faction is, I don't know, a certain martial art, and one faction uses chi, and then, it goes on from there, and you level up, there's a skill tree, and you learn how to do special moves, and I can see it being a cool thing.
Yep, I mean, and you just laid out every RPG. So
I mean, yeah, you got to have those elements, you would think.
Yeah, if you don't have those elements, then what do you have? Like, if you just have, like, throw in a standard character like Mortal Kombat, and then you just run around the world as Sub-Zero, you're kind of going to get bored.
And then that new one is, they didn't say much about it, so they said the second new announcement is a new installment of a well-known, mysterious, and horrific IP.
Time to do some research when we get off of here.
I was listening to Giant Bomb earlier today, and they were talking about this, and they couldn't come up with an answer, because THQ apparently owns, and Nordic owns a lot of shit. So, there's no telling at this point.
We'll find out.
But that was cool. I'm every little bit of Gamescom news that comes out, I'm all on for, because I'm really excited about Gamescom.
Yeah, it's going to be epic. There's going to obviously be some big announcements. I mean, look what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, we're going to hear a lot of stuff we didn't hear at E3. I think we already talked about it, but big deal. I mean, Gamescom is just probably the second biggest gaming after E3 gaming event. So, I'm excited. Next up, Crash is still topping the charts in the UK. Still. Splatoon 2 came out. It's topping Splatoon 2. Crash is making moves. Crash has never been so popular.
It's insane.
Oh. No, but this game, it just goes to show, like, universally praised, topping charts. Nostalgia's the big factor, and it's a well-made game. What more can you ask for?
Nothing. You can't ask for anything else.
But yeah, I know Jeremy was so excited that it was beaten out, especially it beat out Zelda. So maybe, I don't know, we'll have to see what can bring it down.
I'm surprised it was actually able to get back up on top, because usually once they drop, they're just down out for good.
Jeremy, I don't think it's dropped since it's been out. I don't think anything took it down.
No. Last week, Final Fantasy 12 HD beat it out for number 1 spot.
Oh, did it? Okay, so I didn't see that. That makes sense.
That's impressive to be able to climb this way back up. And trust me, as a Final Fantasy fanatic, I can easily say the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is the better buy and the better game.
There you go. You heard it from the horse's mouth, ladies and gentlemen. Buy Crash Bandicoot.
Boom, bap, baby.
Give us your money.
Well, yes, give us your money, but, also buy Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, support us on patreon.com/HelloAverageGaming. Thanks.
Shameless plug.
But I think that, with those two games, if we talk about those two games and where they sat on the charts, is that they both pulled some nostalgia. And then once that died off really fast for the Final Fantasy, it was more the cult following of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, and I hate to reduce games and reviews down to numbers, because like nowadays it's how hot's your pepper, thumbs up, what's your number? Like, I hate to reduce stuff down to that low, but there's plenty of games out there that are critically praised that don't do as well as they should. This is one of those rare times that a game is critically praised. It's doing phenomenal in sales, and it's reaching not only its old audience, but a brand new audience. So,
yeah, it's pretty epic.
What do you expect? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Carmen, you went to DreamHack this past week, didn't you?
Yeah, man. DreamHack was a blast.
All right, tell us a little bit about it.
Oh, man. You go to the convention center, you get your pass and stuff. I have mine hanging in my car. And, we have a big Rocket League group, facebook.com/Rocket League World. We got that going on for us. So we were there to watch mainly Rocket League. So we were watching that level of gameplay, which is just insane. It's like these guys rarely make mistakes. They're in position for everything. They're skying at the ball, doing aerials, and man, it was just insane. A North American team won. It was so fun, dude. We were hype as fuck.
Now, I know that Rocket League was the big deal because I watched the finals. And what the team that won was what, Muffin Man or something like that?
Yeah, the Muffin Men won.
Yeah, the Muffin Man. Yeah, so I watched the final. That was really cool. And if you're a Rocket League player, like these guys are phenomenal. They're on the next another level. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was super stoked because when they started the finals, right before the finals, the representative from Psionics came out and he started throwing these stress balls. So they were throwing small stress balls, like, you know, a normal size one. And then all of a sudden I saw him pull out one that's like 5 times the size. So I jumped up, held my hand up, he threw it right to me.
Don't lie, you snatched that shit out of a little kid's hand, didn't you?
No, there was a little nerdy dude in front of me. I thought he was going to try to grab it, but it just went right in my hands. He didn't have a chance.
That's beautiful. Did, like, the skies open up and light shone down upon you? And exactly, that's what I picture. What else was there besides Rocket League? So what else did you see while you were there?
H1Z1 was there. Halo. They did a bring your own console, computer, Overwatch. Halo was huge. I watched a bit of that, but
with it or something?
No, it was a championship series for Halo.
Oh wow, okay, I got you.
And then they had Counter-Strike. Obviously, it's one of the biggest games in esports still. Smash. It was so crazy to see Smash. They're broadcasting it on a big screen, but the people are playing in front of an old CRT television.
It's gotta be Melee, right?
It was on the GameCube.
Melee. Yeah, so Melee.
Yeah.
The new HD TVs, there's a lag in them. So to get the right ping
Inputs.
And then the right latency, you need to play on these old CRT TVs.
Yeah, no, I understand why they do it, but it's just crazy to see them sitting on stage with a big ass tube TV, you know.
Man, I bet that was cool as shit to see.
Yeah, and like I watched a pro just like work this guy. Like there was things they were doing in Smash that I didn't even know you could do. Like if if you would like thrown you and then you were trying to jump back and I like hang on the ledge, when you hit me, you just basically fall. And, you know, like, watching them, like, string together a combo and then just grab them and take their opponent underneath the arena and just sling them down and then zip right back up to the top of the arena was just nuts. So
what was the guy who won? What did he main? Who did he main?
I don't know who took the whole tournament, but, you know, I watched a guy really do some work with Pikachu. I watched a guy do some work with Jigglypuff.
Wow,
Link.
Pokemon for the win.
Yeah, so, I mean, all these characters are viable. Yeah.
I'm a Kirby player, through and through. I wreck with Kirby.
Just turn into that block and drop on him, motherfucker.
That's how you roll. So, it sounds like, were there a lot of famous people there? I know that Brendan Green was there, PUBG was there.
Yeah, I met him, and we hung out and talked for a little bit, and then I met some pro players from Rocket League, and I met some pro Overwatch players, and I mean, it was just real chill. Everybody was pretty cool.
That's awesome. I'm glad you had a good time. So, like, we had, how many people from our Rocket League group were there?
From the Rocket League group, there was 2, 4, 6, 7 of us.
Awesome.
And one of them flew in from the Netherlands.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. We're definitely planning another one, and we're definitely going to go to more events.
Yeah, I think I'm going to plan on coming to the next event. And you reached out. We might, reached out to a couple of marketing people that we might be in touch with and get some things in the works. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice to grab some business cards and tell people what you're doing and, plug yourself and get a good response. I told the guy at Scuff, I was like, yeah, we started a podcast, so on and so forth. And he's like, man, that's really cool. Because he was telling me what he works on. He works on more of the technical side of, pimping out these controllers. But he was like, that's really respectable that you guys did that. And I told him how far along we were. And, it's a warm welcome from people.
Well, especially with the podcast community. And, like, just going on a little tangent. I made a Twitter for the first time. I haven't had a Twitter in years. And, of course, I followed some of the guys from my favorite podcast, Gamertag Radio. And I actually got into a conversation from the host of Gamertag Radio. And this guy's in the Podcasting Hall of Fame. Like, he goes to podcast conventions and speaks. And to have him, say good luck. What's your podcast? It's really cool because these people have been podcasting for 10 plus years. They've got 600 something episodes. They're partnered with Twitch now for the first time ever. And there's people like this that they started where we are. And now we're getting to talk to them and getting a little bit of feedback and getting a little bit of communication back and forth. And that's going to be a big deal. So especially at these events, that's always good to see stuff like that.
And it's super cool that, you had this conversation with him and that, he's still humble and that he's still talking to you. It's that I've listened to other podcasts and you can tell when these people have gotten too big for their own britches. And now they are too good to discuss anything with you, or you can't get a like from them on Twitter. It's like, you're a normal human being too. So it was pretty cool that you told me about this stuff and that he was welcoming and, had well wishes and was asking about it.
Yeah, so that's really exciting. I know that Jeremy, you listen to a bunch of podcasts too. And you're not so much on the social media end, are you? You don't have much any social media, do you?
No, I don't. I don't Facebook. I don't Twitter. I don't do any of that shit.
Yeah, and I kind of shunned it too after college, but it's really cool to just make a Twitter and then just start talking to people, and it's really what I giggled and gushed like a schoolgirl when Kevin Smith liked one of my tweets. I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. Love Kevin Smith's work, and the reason I love him so much is because he does stuff that he wants to do. He made a fucking a horror movie about turning a guy into a walrus.
Oh my god, that thing was ridiculous.
And I watched it, and it's hilarious. It is hilarious.
I'm not shitting on it because, to his credit, he at least meant for it to be hilarious. It was completely tongue in cheek.
Exactly. So I love and just the fact that he liked something that I said. I was like, oh my god. So now I'm just trying everything I can do to get him to follow me. The day Kevin Smith follows me is the day that I'm done. I'm good to go.
You're gonna be mad when I start when I join up and get Ryan Reynolds to follow me day one.
So, a little side note on that, I'm trying to figure out a way to get Ryan Reynolds to follow me.
Nice. Good luck.
But no, Carmen, it's really cool. I'm glad you went to that event. And I can't wait to go to the next one with you.
Yeah, we can find another land to go to, or we can find a conference to go to, because, we got to get our heads out there. We got to start networking, and, we talk about E3, which is one of the biggest stages. It's like, if we could get a media pass there and, get in and make these appointments and get these things popping off, then we would be, we'd be making some moves at that point, because then we're having the conversations with the right people.
Yeah, and we'll get there, and I know we will. Now we're going to have a little bit more help, so I think we'll get there one day. But it's just really cool because I see us starting out and growing, and that's really neat. And you're going out there, and you are marketing, and you are getting out there, and man, we're just doing the damn thing.
Oh yeah.
Anything else big happen at DreamHack though?
No, nothing big. Other than the Muffin Men knocking off top teams, that was the one that I followed the most. So if anything big happened in Halo or Counter-Strike or Melee, I'm out of tune on that, because when the day started, we went straight to Rocket League, and we were watching these teams knock off big names and really putting in work on these in every game and every aspect and just balling out. So that had us hooked.
The Muffin Men came out of nowhere, didn't they?
Well, they're well-known players. They're known in the community, but they haven't won a LAN. And then it's hard to, when you have to play the people who won X Games the week before in the first round. Second round, you're playing the team that won the first RLCS. Even though it doesn't have all the same people, you're still facing a team that is a world championship team. And then you play a team that is just lights out all LAN and beat them and take the cake. Epic.
Boom. That's what happens. You see this stuff happen and you go wild.
Yeah, dude. Who the fuck knew that I'd be jumping up, screaming, shouting, clapping as hard as I can when goals are going in? It was like being at a real sporting event.
Esports are taking off. I'm excited. I'm going to start getting into it a little bit more. Especially with fighting games and stuff. I love watching fighting games.
Yeah, that's pretty epic when you watch these people string together these crazy combos.
Yeah, I love seeing people juggle somebody through a whole match. Is that it for DreamHack? You got anything else?
No, that's it. That's DreamHack in a nutshell. If you haven't been to an event, I highly recommend you going. Bring a bunch of your friends, have a good time. do whatever you want, come and go as you please, and just, enjoy it, soak in the moment.
We're all Dragon Ball Z fans, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Boy.
We all like really strong Z fighters, right? Except for Carmen.
I like Chaozu, dog.
You're a little bitch.
I was so excited to sign up for the closed beta yesterday. But alas, I was unable to, because the closed beta has been pushed back. The sign up is pushed back to August.
Oh.
Your power level's not high enough.
Yeah. I don't think that I'm over 9,000.
Chaozu
But
is.
I think it's a good thing, because from what I could gather, a lot of people were signing up for this beta. So it might be getting pushed back for a good reason. Maybe they're going to buff the servers. Maybe they're going to put a little fix on it. Who knows? But I'll be signing up on August 22nd.
I'm actually jumping on that too myself. I don't normally do betas, but I love me some DBZ.
Yeah, and I know me and you played a lot of Xenoverse and stuff. I'm really excited to see what a 2D fighter looks like.
You've seen the trailers. It looks damn crispy.
Well, I've seen the trailers, but
yeah.
seeing the trailers and putting my hands on it are two different things. So I'm really excited. And we got a bunch of, my favorite character is Piccolo. So the minute that he's in, I'm down.
Oh, he's already in, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. The minute I saw it, I was like, yep, I'm sold.
That's going to be
kick
sweet.
your ass's trunks,
Piccolo's one of my favorites. Gohan as a kid is one of my favorites, like from the Cell series. So hopefully they have a version of Gohan like that.
They already did.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah, he was one of the initial 6.
Nice. One of my favorites that I kind of started liking in Xenoverse was Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks.
Oh, you've always liked Gotenks, though.
Well, I have, but he's so aggravating.
He is
and in
absolutely.
the game, he was aggravating, but he's got such a cool moveset. And I was like, man, I want to see him. I don't know. He might be a little bit of a far-fetched character, but if they put him in there, that'd be awesome.
I think, honestly, it's safe to say he'll be in there, and I think his moves will translate better to a 2D fighting game than a 3D one. Because I tried using his moves in Xenoverse, and they almost always miss because they're so damn chaotic. And in that game, even a straight Kamehameha is easy just to set flying off from the distance. But a 2D fighter, I think you can start doing some Galactic Donuts and Super Ghost Kamikaze attacks and shit, and there's a good chance they're going to land.
Yeah, Gotenks is one of my favorite characters in the show. Like, I get he's annoying, but that's half the point. It's like he wants to get under your skin for that half hour that they can do this.
Yeah, and I'm always a fan of fusions. And I just love when you have those two characters together and they find a way to mix and match their personalities. That's really cool to me.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. I mean, because like if you look at the fusions with Goku and Vegeta, because they've done 2, even though 1 is basically out of the lore, it's that, you got 2 different personalities based on 2 different fusions. So it's sweet when you see that.
So I'm super excited about that. And then honestly, guys, like the only other thing that I can even think of that's probably worthwhile mentioning is that Doomfist is out today.
Let's go.
Doomfist, of course, being the new character for the Overwatch franchise. Not voiced by Terry Crews, may I add. But that's a huge deal. I mean, he was in the PTR, he got well received, and now he's in the full game.
Yeah, I mean, he plays way different than most characters, and the only way that most of us will get a chance to play him is to probably set up a custom game and jump in there or go into the training grounds, because when a new character drops in Overwatch, it is damn near impossible to get a chance to play.
Yeah, everybody's going to be trying to play him.
Yeah.
Can you not have multiple people playing the same character?
You used to be able to.
Yeah. In most MOBAs now, especially like the big ones like League and Dota, it's like that one character that once that character is selected, that's it. And at first in Overwatch, you could have a team full of one character, but they kind of changed it to a normal MOBA style, so one character per team.
I see. That's bullshit. If it's just for your own pleasure, you should have a whole team of the same character if you want. I can understand this is for tournament rules and shit.
Yeah, it's for quick play and ranked play. And then there's a game mode where it's like anything goes, so you could have any number, but it's like you have to go to arcade mode for that, basically.
You can still do that multiplayer, right?
Yes, but it's it's a different game mode. It's not always available.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not?
No.
So
they
most people
have a revolving set of arcade-style games.
And most people will just play, let's say they jump in, you play quick play. So in quick play, there's only one of each character. Same thing in competitive. What I wish they would have done was just leave it so you could have any characters you want in quick play, and then competitive was one of each. But
Yeah,
like
I
in
agree.
arcade, if you don't get the right mode, if it's not mode X, then you're not gonna get to pick multiples. You just have to pick one like normal.
It's shit like this that keeps people from playing games like Overwatch. I just want to play my game the way I want to play it.
See,
Hey,
but with
you're not alone.
Overwatch, the characters are kind of easy to learn. So, like, I like to main tank. I like to play tanks. So, I'm decent with Reinhardt. I'm pretty good with Winston, and I'm getting really good with Diva. And if those three are taken, then I may look for DPS. And I play one of the most generic DPS characters, Soldier 76. It's like playing Halo. It's, anybody can
It's
play
like
him.
they rip somebody straight out of a Call of Duty game.
Yeah, it's Call of Duty as a person. And then if that doesn't happen, then I like to play a healer. And I like to play the AoE healer. I like to play Lucio. So you branch out. So it's, you're not comfortable at first, so you play one character. You end up playing Soldier, or you end up playing Reaper, which is kind of hard. And then you branch out and you're like, maybe I can play this guy. And then before you know it, Cam's playing Roadhog, and I'm repping another character. And, you're finding these synergies when you're playing with your friends, and you find these combinations that work. And, it's fun. You should check it out. I recommend, if you're going to play a shooter, to play Overwatch.
Hey, if I ever did decide to get me a multiplayer competitive shooter, it definitely would be Overwatch. I mean, I talk about how it doesn't interest me that much, but I absolutely adore the character designs and the lore of this game. If this were like a 3D animated Pixar movie or something, I'd watch the shit out of it.
Yeah, it would be sweet. It would be super sweet like that if they, even if they spun off, an anime of this, it would be killer. Like,
oh yeah,
Well, it's
they had
gonna
like
happen. It's gonna happen. Don't you
Yeah.
you fret.
yeah, I'd watch a CG TV series of this any day.
yeah, I mean, it's just, you can spin it so many ways, and everybody would be annoyed by Tracer, but that's okay. And
Shit, I wouldn't be annoyed by that booty.
I remember
That-
standing at work about a year or so ago and telling Jeremy, I just don't know, man. I want to get No Man's Sky and I want to get Overwatch, and I think I might get No Man's Sky.
I remember that day. I taught you into Overwatch too.
And Jeremy taught me into Overwatch. He said, No Man's Sky is going to suck. Get Overwatch. And I went to fucking Walmart that night after going to see a movie. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm getting Overwatch. Never looked back.
where the
I'm
fuck
wise
were you
beyond
at,
my
Jeremy,
years.
when I bought No Man's Sky?
See, you got to have
I'm
good
wise.
friends.
I am wise beyond my years, but I am not omnipotent, my friend.
Hey, you gotta step it the fuck up. That's all I gotta tell you.
I'm
Jeremy
trying.
is the game sage.
I tried to get a refund. You wanna know what the woman told me?
What was that?
You earned a trophy in this game. We cannot
Wow.
refund you your money. I said
Oh,
you get a
yeah.
trophy when you turn it on.
Yeah, the first trophy is we are so very sorry.
The first trophy is, ha ha.
No refunds, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha,
You step
motherfucker.
out of the ship
Gotcha.
and it's like, achievement unlocked. Trophy found. Whatever the fuck it says. And then right at that point, $59.99, down the drain. I played the game for 3 days and I uninstalled it.
Mm-mm-mm. Such a pity.
But
such
I
a
digress. I still like you, Jeremy. I still do.
Ah,
pity. So
good
yeah,
for you.
that's news. Anything else? Did I miss anything? Any news? Video
Horizon
games, right?
DLC's coming. You're stoked about that.
Yeah, I am pretty stoked about that. I haven't heard a lot. I haven't really looked up to read a lot about it, but I'm still stoked. Gives me a reason to go back into Horizon. Plus they're doing a patch. There's a new game plus. Holy shit, I forgot about that. And they're adding a new game plus mode. That's big. I love me some new game plus. I would definitely get back in there.
I thought New Game Plus already existed.
There's something different. I saw an article. Now, I didn't read the article. I saw it on Twitter, but they talked about a new game plus, and I don't know what the difference is. What I'm thinking is when you complete the game, you just stay in the open world with all your stuff. I think this new game plus is going to let you go back and play from the beginning, all the story with your gear.
Oh, that'd be dope. That'd be real cool.
Yeah, so that's what I assume. That's usually what new game plus does. Makes it a little bit harder, enemies, stuff like that. But you keep all your gear that you amassed in your first playthrough.
Yeah, that's dope.
Did y'all play Dying Light by any chance? I was a big
Not
fan of
me.
it.
I haven't.
Not
played
me.
it.
I played it a while, gave up on it, because I thought I had my fill, but they're still supporting shit out of this game, and this year, they're going to give 10 more free DLC packs to it. Even if it's the skin or whatever, might as well just give you a reason to get back into it. And it's a cool game, and they're supporting the shit out of it, so that's really cool.
I love when they do stuff like that. When you get a ton of free content. It's like games of the past. It's like you didn't have to pay to get all these things. Like, just give it to me. You want it in the game. You want me to have this experience. Then just provide it for me.
Yep, I agree.
And I mean, but I understand the premise of DLC. It's like, sell the game for $60, get another $30 for a fourth of a game, and then get another $30 for another fourth of a game, and then we might give you another one, we might not. Who knows? But, right there, we sold 2 games to you and only had to give you out one, one disc if you buy discs.
And the free DLC too is a smart move just to keep the player interest base going, especially if you're working on a sequel or paid DLC in the future. This way you at least keep it fresh in their minds and keep them coming back so that when you do release your new shit, they're more than willing to jump back in.
Yeah, and this is something that Square is going to pick up on. Trust me. Square, for when Kingdom Hearts 3 drops, you are going to see DLC out the ass for this game.
Oh,
they're
definitely. You're
going
going
to
see
forever.
Costumes and probably summons, Keyblade types.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's like, if you don't do it, if you don't take this next-gen game, you finally have a platform. You're coming in towards the end, but you finally have this next-gen platform. Create 10 extra worlds, 8 extra worlds, and just keep them in your pocket. Send me back to Agrabah. Send me back to Beast Castle. Like, do all these things. Hollow Bastion. Like, do these things for me. And just keep us involved, because I question whether we'll see a Kingdom Hearts 4 if the story is going to continue in 10 years or 12 years. It's like, it's going to take that long.
Yeah, if they're smart, they will support this game for the foreseeable
They'll support
future.
it up until maybe like a year before the new game comes out.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Nintendo just dropped their new 2DS XL, another reiteration of the 3DS and 2DS and the DS. Oh my god, how many are there?
Ooh.
This is why I hold off on getting a Switch. I'm going to wait until I can get the Switch 2XL DS Street Fighter Ultra Mega Mix Turbo Edition.
It's coming.
It's coming. I mean, there's going to be 18 SKUs for the Switch by the time 2019 rolls around.
Exactly.
And they're all going to play the same crap.
Absolutely. Guys, I mean, that's all I see. I mean, we've been running the gamut. We did have a lot of news, and that's refreshing because since E3, it's just been like trickling in, and now we're getting some good stuff coming in. I'm excited. I love it.
Yeah, me too. I'm super stoked.
On the news front, I don't have anything else. Did y'all see anything that I didn't?
No, I don't have any news regarding gaming to talk about anymore, but I would like to announce Jeremy as a full-time member of Hella Average Gaming.
Absolutely. That's exciting. Jeremy, coming on full-time to help us out. How you feel, buddy?
Oh, man. It feels good. The hazing was hell, though, man, I tell you. Give my regards to that goat.
I had been, since I started working with Jeremy, I've been working with Jeremy for like 3 years now. And I'd always kept telling him, like, oh, man, we're starting this website, we're starting this podcast. And, stuff happened, and it took us a while. And then we brought him on, and we realized, man, Jeremy knows his shit. And then so we started talking to him, and it's like, we got to bring him on because he helps us out. Not only is Jeremy going to be on the podcast full time, he's going to branch off and have his own show. It's in the works, and Jeremy knows so much about gaming history. We're going to give that knowledge to you. And we're going to work on that, and hopefully we'd like to have it out the first episode around the middle of August. So we'll keep you posted. But Jeremy's about to bring a lot to the table for everyone and give his plethora of knowledge of the gaming world to you, the fans. No pressure,
We appreciate
Jeremy,
you, man. We appreciate you coming on.
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
And Jeremy is a graphic. He can draw his ass off, and he knows graphic design. We're gonna have all kinds of cool shit coming down the pipe.
Oh yeah, you'll be definitely seeing some sweet new graphics on the website too.
Yeah, we definitely need some. So I'll get you the dimensions, and we'll put your ass to work, boy.
But other than that, guys, I don't think I have too much. What about y'all?
That's it for me.
Same here.
Why don't you let them know where they can find us at?
Well, check us out on our own website, hellaaveragegaming.com. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on SoundCloud. You can check us out on iTunes, Google Play. Even if you don't listen to us there, if you could just subscribe to us, we'd greatly appreciate it. That will help with our numbers. I think that's it. Oh, we're on Stitcher as well. I almost forgot that.
Yep.
So check us out on all these platforms. We'll put the links in the description of the video, and we'll have it on the Facebook post, and I'll plug them on the Twitter. And, just check us out. And like always, stay hella average.
Peace.